Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I'm back with another reaction. This one's going to be a long one. I can tell you that already. If if the one I did for Nick Natoli was a long one, then this one's got to be a long one. Because we are got Dax on deck. We're going to check out Dear God, the official music video. I am late to the game. I'm not going to get big on the algorithm on this. That's cool. That's not what we're here for. We're here for the conversations. If you're on my channel, get ready for the conversations. We're going to go ahead and dig in. There's going to be a lot to stop and talk about in this one, I can promise you. Dax has messages. Let's go. I do absolutely believe in God.
Sometimes it gets hard. My name's Dax. Dear God, there's a lot of questions that I have about the past, and I don't want to hear it from a human. You made it, so you're the last person that I'm ever gonna ask. Tell me what's real, tell me what's fake. Why is everything about you a debate? What's the point of love? Every time I showed it I was broken, and it's forced me just to only want to hate. Why is it only one you but multiple religions? Why does every conversation end in a division? Why does everybody want to tell us how to live, but they won't listen to the same damn message that they give it?
Boy. He's coming with it, ain't he? You know why? Because people are in it. And people will use whatever they can to control you in any way that they can. The people that want the power are going to take the power and are going to use any method they can to get the power. And the easiest, most readily available power that they can have is your faith. If they can convince you that you're on the right side and everybody else is on the wrong side, then they've got you. Life and God is not about division. There's a whole lot of doctrines out there that are driving people away from God. And that is the absolute truth. If you're out there beating somebody over the head about what they're drinking, or if you're out there beating somebody over the head about what they're smoking, or who they're choosing to love, or any of these things, you are doing it wrong. You need to read more. The book that you're trying to reference, you need to read more. Jesus led by example. He told you quite clearly what to do.
Tell me how to feel, tell me what's wrong. I tried to call, pick up the phone, I'm on my own. Everybody said you coming back to man, why the hell's it taking so long?
So that the full harvest of the souls can be achieved. I just talked a lot about the experience of life. And we as a people are not ready for the next step, the next progression, the next level. And because we're not, he's holding off. I personally struggle with this one because I want him back today. Like if it was up to me, we'd be gone. But if it was up to me, we'd be leaving somebody. So it ain't up to me. God knows exactly who's going to come when they're going to come. And until then, we are to endure and run the race. And that is what I'm doing. I'm out here fighting the good fight. I'm trying. I'm doing what I can. And that's all I can do. I'm out here giving the message just like Dax is. Dax is telling you something right here. A lot of people are going to get upset about it too, I promise you.
Why do I hurt? Why is there pain? Why does everything good always have to change? Why does everybody try to profit off another man's work then destroy it just for monetary gain? Tell me, are you black or are you white? I don't even really care. I just really want to know what's right.
God is not a color. If you're thinking of God as a color or a giant sky daddy sitting in the sky, you're doing it wrong too. Look at the biblical descriptions of who God is and what God is. When Elijah talks about the breath of God, and breath like size, not breath like breath.
They've been saying one thing, but I've been looking in the book, and it seems like they've been lying for my whole damn life. Tell me where I'm going. Where?
See, the problem is that people read that book with blinders on. When you read that book, you have a predetermined idea what that book is going to tell you. And that's a problem. I knew Dax was going to start some good conversation, and I love that. If you go in and you already know that this is the outcome, then everything in that book is going to predispose you to see that outcome. But what if that's not what it says? In a lot of cases, it's not what it says, bro. Go back and read it without the blinders on. Go on and read it without the prophetic blinders. Thomas Jefferson rewrote the Bible. I don't quite agree with that, but he did it with the intention of trying to get people to see it without the blinders. Yeah.
Is it heaven or hell? I just hope this message reaches you well. Had a dream that I was walking with the devil. Don't remember how it feels, but I swear that I remember the smell. Looked me right into my eye and told me everything I wanted could be mine if I gave up and decided to sell.
And he will. He'll give you everything you want. All you need is his soul. And if you don't believe that, listen to some of these people that have been telling you that in the music industry and in the film industry. They asked Hannah Montana, what's her damn name? Anyway, whatever her damn name is, they asked her, little bitty girl, like 8, 9 years old, asked her, said, how do I become famous? And she told her straight out, sell your soul to the devil. She's not the only one.
I remember the smell. Looked me right into my eye and told me everything I wanted could be mine if I gave up and decided to sell. But I said I'd rather die than get mine. Now I'm here. No fear, one man with a story to tell. Dear God, where were you when I needed it? When I fucked up and repeated it. When they set the bar and I exceeded it.
He was giving you free choice. That's where he was. As a parent, I have learned that you cannot control your children. You can teach them discipline. You can discipline them when they break discipline. But you cannot control their actions. And if you try, you're a tyrant. My God is not a tyrant. My God has given you the power to freely choose to do the right thing or to not do the right thing. Too many people choose to not do the right thing because we have allowed, as a society, degradation to the point where we do not recognize the consequences of not doing the right thing. We think that there is no downside to me doing me all the time. There is. Selfishness is a sin for a reason. I don't speak a whole lot on sins because sin is subjective. Sin is missing the mark. The mark is God. Everyone misses the mark. It's the correction that you take. It is the action that leads you into trying to correct yourself. That is the point of our existence. That is why we are here, is to progress and to grow and to love. Like God told us quite plainly what we need to do to get with him. I'm not going to get into it again because we're already getting into it. We're almost 2 minutes in and 8 minutes in recording.
Dear God, where were you when I needed it? When I fucked up and repeated it. When they set the bar and I exceeded it. My life is like a book that they've been judging by a cover, but have never took the time to fucking read the shit. I remember telling you my goals and my dreams, but you didn't even answer, so I guess you didn't believe it.
See, that's where people get tripped up. Like free will is a big thing. And God gets involved repeatedly, and we don't recognize it most of the time. I've been fortunate enough to have God intercede for me directly. I stuck a shotgun in my mouth and I pulled the trigger 3 times. I'm here. God did that. But he can't do that all the time, and he can't do that for everyone. I don't know why he did it. I think he's got a reason for me to be here. And I'm riding out until that reason's done. Like I'm on borrowed time. I have been.
I remember sitting with a gun to my head trying to ask you for some help, but I guess you didn't believe it. I don't want religion, I need...
Alright. But you're here, brother. I'll just say, I pulled the trigger. So, there's that. You didn't. There's that. God interferes sometimes and you don't recognize it. Because there was a demon sitting on you. There was a demon infesting your soul, your energy. And you're here.
That spirituality. I don't want a church, I need people to call a family. I don't want to tell my sins.
Me and my wife quit going to church a while back. And we had different reasons for it. My reason was that we would go to the after church stuff. You know, and when you're in church, everybody was, this is God, this is God, this is God, this is God. And then we would go to the Sunday school meetings after church. And if you brought up God, then everybody would just drift away. Because they didn't want to really talk about it. They didn't want to discuss it. They wanted to act like it. I'm not down with hypocrisy in the slightest. Now my wife had a different reason. This was at the same time. We had two different reasons for doing it. My wife, after the birth of my second son, had postpartum depression. My second son. After the birth of my son, my second child. I hold up 3 fingers. That's a day. She had postpartum depression. And you should be able to go to your church family with that. But in our Sunday school, it was, if you're depressed, then there's something wrong with you. And you shouldn't talk about that. That's real. Oh. So what are you going to do except run, right? Well, it wasn't long after that we moved and we came out here. And we found another church. And it was a good one for the most part. Until they told my children that if they read Harry Potter, they were going to hell. Now, we talked extensively about the difference in fiction and nonfiction. We talked extensively about good and evil and the different themes, and we discussed things with our children about the books and all of this. How are you going to tell my kid they're going to go to hell for reading a book, bruh? And that's where we left it. Like, we haven't even searched out another place. Because I am done with hypocrisy. Nobody's on my tip anyway. Like, I was going, and I was worshiping my God and doing my thing. But I can do that here. So, yeah.
To another sinner just because he's got a robe and he went to some academy. I don't want to read it in the book, I want to hear it from you. Don't want to learn it in my school because they hiding the truth. Don't want to talk about it to another fucking human being, and that's the only reason that I even stepped in this booth. How do I take this darkness and turn it into light? How do I believe in the concept where I speak to a man I've never seen with my own 2 eyes?
He will let you if you ask. Now, there's procedures involved. There's fasting and meditation and prayer. Those are all necessary. But God will let you know if you ask.
How do I know that religion wasn't made?
But it's discipline to get there.
In the concept where I speak to a man I've never seen with my own 2 eyes. How do I know that religion wasn't made just to separate the world and create a whole disguise just to keep us in these chains while the rich get richer and the poor pray to you and perpetuate a lie? How do I know this ain't some big joke? How can I have faith when there is no hope? How does one man have $100 billion and we still have people on the street that are broke? There's
free will. I don't get down with communism. I don't get down with socialism. Because man is flawed. On paper, that is the way to live. Absolutely. With my people, that's how I live. If I got it, it's yours. Like, if you on my crew and you need something, you got it. I'm with it. But you can't do that for everybody because people don't all have the same intentions. Socialism and communism are great on paper. They do not work in practice because somebody has to administer it. And whoever you choose to administer it is going to turn bad. It happens every single time. And this whole message that we've got these days of it's unfair that this man has earned this much money. All right, so when do you draw the line? When do you say that this much money is enough money? Is it $1,000? Is it $10,000? $100,000? $1 million? Like, where does the line get drawn? Who decides that that's the line? Now, what does happen with capitalism, particularly in this country, is that you can just go, bust your ass, and grind it out. Too many people do it for you to say you can't be done. That's why I don't play that victim shit on this game. Like, I don't play victim on this channel. That's what that say. That's victim shit right there. I don't play victim shit.
There's a lot of things I want to talk about and get off my chest. I can't sleep because the devil won't let me rest. I used to know a fucking pastor in a church and I can still hear the screams of the kids he will fucking molest.
Was that one of them Romans? I'm just saying. There is nothing Christian about the Roman Catholic Church.
Do you hear me? I'm supposed to fear you, but you ain't said shit. So maybe it's you who actually fears me. I don't know the answer, I just want to see it clearly. So many lies, 1,000 different theories. All I want to know is who really made religion, cause I know it wasn't you, but don't nobody believe me. No more lies, no more death. Bring back King, bring back X. Please, dear God, let their souls rest. Protect who's left and watch their steps. Dear God, I don't want to have to ask you again. I just hope that you know that I'm still a believer. So I'll end this all by saying amen. It's Dax.
That was good. That was good. There's got a lot of people going to be mad at him for that. I'm sure they already are. I haven't gone through the comments yet. I will. Let's see if I can catch that. 19% of cyberbullying victims will attempt suicide. This is a different song. Apparently I had it on autoplay. Alright. So Dax, I appreciate that. That was a good song. It definitely got the conversation started. I hope that I could help a little bit. You're not going to see my channel, I'm sure. But if you ever do, know that I will pray for you. It is hard. These are hard questions. It's hard to know. If you ask, you will receive. It will happen. I've had it happen. I can promise you that it will happen. There is discipline involved. There are procedures to be taken. There are things to do. It's all laid out in the Bible. Jesus told you that you can go out in the desert and find out anything you want to know. Check him out. Read that book. Don't let the Romans read it to you. To the crew, if you're still here, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Every single minute that you hear is valuable to me. I am praying for you daily. And this has been Pit's Take. Peace.